Hello and welcome to an Auto Awesome Review. And today we're looking at the Sonic the Hedgehog Biggs the Cat by Jakks Pacific. So I picked up this figure at the end of last year and I meant to do a review on it basically the weekend I got it, and then work, and then it became a mess. But here we are towards the end of January, more or less, and yeah, Biggs the Cat finally gonna be able to put this review up. And it's a figure that, honestly, it's not one that I was like super big on. I really want this character right now. But it's a cool character because I remember seeing him, I want to say in one of the Sonic intros. He's always in it fishing. In the first episode of Sonic X, he's there fishing. So it's kind of disappointing that he doesn't come with a fishing rod. But accessories he does come with are 2 rings, which it's better than nothing, I guess. But honestly, I would have kind of preferred a fishing rod, or I don't know, just something else other than the rings, which I do have on his hands pretty tight. But yeah, basic Sonic rings. They have the little peg there. Nothing special at all. But, you know, more accessories. It's hard to complain about it. But at the same time, yeah, a fishing rod for this character who just is always depicted as fishing would have been cool. Aesthetic-wise, once again, Jakks knows how to make these figures pop in real life, make them look like they're video game, cartoon, counterparts, and again, it's like no exception here. He just looks like how he does in the show. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say aside from he looks great. The paint on him is decent enough. It's what you expect from Jakks. Maybe there's a little bit, you know, over here, over there, but for the most part, eyes are clean. The purple painted, the 2 tones are pretty clean. Maybe not perfect where they meet the lines, but again, for $10 figure, can't really complain all that much at all. And once again, taking a closer look, you can see the eyes, a little beady right there. That came out really good. You can see his little mouth right there, just under his little fur. It's cool. A little bit of black right there where there shouldn't be. But again, it's what you expect from this company. All the legal stuff right there in the back, the belts. Again, not perfect paint, but good enough. He does have his tail, which does rotate. So let's actually just get into the articulation. His tail can rotate left and right. There is no body movement, unfortunately. Arms can go up that much, down, rotate all the way around, aside from the fact the ears get in the way, but the head does turn left and right. So can you? Yeah, you can do that. We have the rotation at the elbow, the single jointed hinge at the elbow, and rotation at the wrist. And feet, he can actually move them back and forward. And he does have a little bit of movement at his ankle. Not really too much of a pivot, but it's there. And of course, if you move that joint right there, you can get his leg to go out and do something like that. Let's face it, you're not going to get too much articulation out of this guy. You're not going to get too many crazy poses with him because it is a bigger, chunkier figure. I do wish they had cut the stomach and given him, you know, a rotation there, because again, he's already limited just because of his size, because of the nature of this character and his design. It's going to be limited more or less no matter what. I mean, there is a way around it. They would have had to have put a ball joint here, and then we could have probably actually gotten ab crunch and stuff, but it's, again, it's a $10 figure. It's Jakks. You know, I don't know if we're ever going to get any type of ab crunch in any figure, really. So, you know, getting the amount of movement we got on him with his head, his ears, and everything, it's still impressive enough and good enough. And I kind of wish they had done a little bit more, at least a rotation at the waist. I can see why you wouldn't want to do it though, because he isn't a perfect circle. He's more of an oval shape, and because of that, he would be hanging out a little bit. So would be a little bit odd, but still, extra articulation isn't something I'm ever going to really complain too much about. So would have been nice, but otherwise, really good looking figure. Let's move on to some size comparisons. So I figure why not compare it to 2 of the other biggest figures in the line, Vector and Omega. And you can see here he is wider than both of them, around the same height as both. I think he's bigger, taller than Vector, maybe just taller by the ears compared to Omega. But Omega does have like a different kind of mass and everything. He is a little bit, I don't know, there's more to him, less Vector, but we have a bigger, wider thing for Biggs. So, yeah, big, pretty much big. He's big. And because it only makes sense to include him, here he is next to Sonic. You can see here how much bigger he is than him and everything. I think they look good together. Again, the aesthetic and everything, they match. They look great. I love it. I need to get a fishing pole for this guy, and I will be happy. So overall, for $10, Big is a great figure. I do recommend him. Love to see new characters entering this line. I know Chaos is one of the ones that came out with this, and I guess I just missed him by a day or a few hours because he wasn't there. I have seen another one of these at my local Target, so keep checking your Targets if you want to get one. Don't pay the scalper prices on eBay or anything. You will find one. It's been out for a little bit here, so hopefully it'll be a little bit easier as time goes by. And yeah, really not much else to say here. I do need to get Chaos at some point, whenever I find him, and I will do a video on him. But yeah, more videos on the horizon. We got a new backdrop, as you can kind of see. It doesn't really match the aesthetic of Sonic figures, but yeah, it's there. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be an ever-changing thing throughout the year, but for now, I'm happy with it. Hopefully going to have more stuff coming out later this month, next month. We'll see how things go. But yeah, anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.